Welcome back. They say a parent should never have to bury a child, but how about also having to go on stage in the role their child was meant to play? That's exactly what happened to Robert Gilbert, whose 22-year-old son Jaime died in February's quake. Abby Scott was there when he took to the stage in Hamlet.
I miss him terribly, and I wish he was here to do it, He would have been fantastic.
Preparing for his toughest acting role yet, Robert Gilbert hasn't performed on stage in more than 13 years.
By the time the earthquake had happened, I had already blocked out all of Jaime's scenes, and so I just didn't know how I would feel about directing someone else in that part.
So he decided he'd play Laertes in Hamlet, the role his son Jaime was meant to play.
You got mud on your face, big disgrace. Somebody better put you back into your place.
Jaime's place was on the stage, but in February, the 22-year-old father of two was in Christchurch's CBD when the earthquake struck. The bar he was working in collapsed. Jaime didn't survive.
Immediately after the earthquake, we thought that, there was just no way we were going to put it on.
In my heart, I really felt that Jaime would want the play to go ahead.
The show will go on and it'd be worse leaving it and not finishing it.
I love you guys and I really appreciate the sacrifices that you've made. You've put your own lives at bay to see this project through. So if we could just have a wee moment, please.
Opening night held in the very venue where Jaime was farewelled more than 2 months ago.
But it's been really tough for the family.
The idea of life imitating art not lost on Jaime's sister, who was with him when he died.
The last coffin I saw on that stage was my brother's coffin, so that was pretty surreal. And then at the end of the show, when Horatio was holding on to Hamlet while he was dying, well, I did exactly that with my brother.
I'm dead, Horatio.
It's pretty real when you see that on stage.
So much of the play deals with how we feel about death, how we feel about tragedy, how we feel about the human spirit. So there are so many moments in it that are, pretty close to the bone.
I am satisfied and receive your offered love like love and will not wrong it.
Robert's strength astounding.
We were rehearsing the night before the earthquake, and that was Jaime and I doing the final duel. And to go from there to 3 weeks later, and I was sword fighting with Robert instead of Jaime. It was heartbreaking for me, but for Robert, it must have been just unbelievable.
It's been a kind of a miracle production, really. There have been so many obstacles to overcome, and really serious obstacles. We've had to roll with the punches.
Turning those blows into inspiration.
When we were rehearsing down at Aurora the other night, we got that shake, right? And we all went like this, and then it subsides. You go, thank you, it's not going to be a big one, it's all going to be okay. It's that kind of feeling.
Shakespeare is probably the greatest therapy in the world.
Farewell.
The pursuit of this great play and this production and the bonding that the cast and crew have had together through this process is something that none of us will ever forget.
Jaime's impact on the cast also not forgotten.
There wasn't a time when I didn't feel cheered up by his presence.
I just remember his love of life and his smile. His absolutely gorgeous smile.
Nerve-wracking. I was just so worried I was going to muck up my lines or, make a fool of myself, but it was a relief to get through it.
He totally honoured Jaime in every way that he could possibly, and even more so, and I had no doubt that he would.
A father's last act for the son who took his final bow too soon.
And Hamlet is on at the Aurora Centre in Christchurch with 2 shows tomorrow. Well, coming up on Close Up, John Alomu's former manager revealing insight on the rugby great.
It was his mother and myself that used to keep him from being a wild animal.